What better way to start this video off than by talking about one of my most popular videos? When I did the Super Sentai Power-Ups video, I neglected to start the video off with the Dynaman Dynatector, and instead started with the 5-Man 5 Tector, which you see right here. That wasn't a mistake, ladies and gentlemen. I was trying so hard to find it, but I couldn't find any footage of it. I even tried to get a GIF for this very video, but I couldn't for some reason, and these pictures are the only ones I have to go by, so yeah, there's one extra power-up I need to add to this video, is this one. End of story. Though I sort of knew this to be true and was really making more of a joke about it, I said in my first Power Rangers countdown that 2 of the actors left because the black boy was in a black suit and the Asian girl was in a yellow suit. The actual leaving of the actors was not for that reason. In fact, the Red Ranger disappeared at this time as well. So why did they leave? Well, at the time, I didn't know why. I can now confirm that it was because of a money issue. And to summarize what they said when they left, they could have easily worked at McDonald's and gotten the same amount of pay as when they acted for the show. Ouch. Okay, look, I tried to experiment, it didn't go so well. That's pretty much it. Next number. Yep, I remember this. It could have been a good way to end a video, but instead I just turned it into a rant. When I easily could have just explained this in like 2 sentences. The movie isn't canon. It has nothing to do with the show story-wise. There, I just gave you an explanation right there. He is not canon. Yeah, during the FEMA Wasp 2-parter that I made very short reviews. One of them being Japan's first and possibly the world's first superhero, the Golden Bat, or in Japanese, Ogen Bato. While I said he originated in comics in 1933, I was technically right and technically wrong. You see, in the 1930s, before the advent of television, there was Kamishibai, or paper theater. Basically, people would just draw pictures and show them to children. And even during the Kamishibai days, he had a swashbuckler outfit and cartoony, hollowed-out eyes, which were very weird. During his appearance in the movie, he was redesigned to have the fully golden suit design that you see right now, along with the red cape, which he actually kept from the Kamishibai. Wow, another mistake from my first Power Rangers countdown that I made. Okay, to keep it short, when I was pointing out the continuity mistakes of Power Rangers, I accidentally called them incognuity mistakes. 1. Incognuity is not a word, and 2. It's actually incognito. 3. Those technically don't count as continuity errors, and more just errors in general. They were basically taking screenshots from Super Sentai because that's all they could use with the cheap budget they had.
Make my day! Andrew!
Years ago I made my Super Sentai screw-ups list, and it was inspired by Easy Rider from Toku Time with his Power Rangers screw-up list, and I screwed my list up completely. Number 5 was the death of Super Sentai Rangers. Well, Super Sentai is obviously much more dark at certain points than Power Rangers, so it would make sense that occasionally they would kill off a member or two. And number 4, I believe, was just me complaining that all of the Super Sentai and Power Rangers series should have ended right then and there with that legendary war, which is also wrong. Number 3 was the prototype 6th Rangers, that there was only footage of 2 of them, and considering I had my Go-Go 5 movie, that is more than false. Number 2 is the dubs that Saban possibly made before Power Rangers was even conceived. But personally, I think that show is really fucking bad, so yeah, I still stand by that point. And number 1, and this might be the most insulting thing of all about this list, Power Rangers exclusive power-ups only existed as the Battleizers, and Super Sentai had none, only in Zeka Ranger. Ooh, I'd love to talk about this one, except I don't really need to since I made this. That pretty much says it all. Oh, this goes way back. In the story of Amorpher Part 3, Genie brought me into his mind and showed me the Master Gem, which he used in order to make himself visible in the animated world and bring me to the animated world and real world whenever I wanted. And throughout the videos, it's also implied that this gem is also tied into the morphing grid, although I don't outright say it. So basically, to summarize, this gem not only helps me transport between 2 different worlds, it also helps me to transform into my Rider and Space Sheriff forms, respectively. And I could have elaborated on that more during the previous videos if I had the chance to, and even in my second movie, which was Ultra Uchu Keiji, or Ultra Space Sheriff, if you translate that into English words, I basically brought in this wise man that had nothing to do with the story, who was supposed to protect the gem while Genie wasn't there, and he was just gone. Sorry about that audio hiccup. So the original idea for the wise man was that he was supposed to be kidnapped by the villains, Maku and Evil, and that would somehow lead us to them and we would be defeated by them, but we didn't, and we easily defeated them, and we would have the wise man just protecting the gem when Genie is there fighting with me. That idea just got thrown out the window very, very quickly, and then yeah, in my second 6th Rangers list, I put Zero the World at number 5, and Shurikenja at number 4. When I even mentioned during the video that I should have switched it, but the problem was I didn't want to edit the entire intro again. Okay, for some reason during some of these reviews, there are some Japanese names that I can never pronounce correctly. Like Zoo Rangers instead of Jew Rangers, Kyoto instead of Kyoko, and the Master of Monsters himself that for some reason I can never pronounce right, and I hope I do this time, Eiji Tsuboria. Is that right? Can I continue, please? I can, thank you. Okay, we can continue. I originally did a test video basically testing the annotations, or what the annotations are like now, you know, those little annotations that just pop up on the top right of the screen occasionally to advertise other videos. Well, in one of those annotations I decided to do a poll that no one voted in on what I should review, and I was the only one that voted, and it was for the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers episode A Friend in Need, which was the crossover with Masked Rider. And yeah, that was a terrible test video, and now I know how those annotations work, but oh, and pulls too, but still. After that, I decided, you know what, I'm not going to review this, because every single thing that was said about this episode has already been said by Easy Rider and Linkara. Also, I kind of have something else planned for the Masked Rider show. Possibly the finale, if I ever get to it. So yeah, expect the finale of Masked Rider, because that is what I'm going to review. First off, I want to thank Donald Nemesis for subscribing to my channel, and literally everyone else who basically got my Super Sentai Power-Ups video to over 1,000 views. And my subscriber count has increased to 90 ever since that video was up, and I want to thank everyone else for that. And considering the quality of my videos on my channel, this is a very good sign.